In this week's portion, Behaalotcha, the third in the book of Numbers, the Israelites are finally prepared to continue their journey to the Promised Land. From the Exodus from Egypt until now, they had been camped at Mount Sinai, receiving the teachings and Torah from Moses, building the Mishkan, the tabernacle, learning about how to offer the sacrifices in that desert sanctuary. And now finally, after we are told how the people are camped around the Mishkan and also how they are to travel, when they do travel, they finally commence their journey. We're told that in the order of the march, as there are three tribes situated around each side of the four-sided sanctuary. And we're told then, in the way that they march, that the tribe of Dan would be always the one bringing up the rear. And they're called Me'asef. V'nasa degel machaneh b'nei Dan Me'asef l'chol hamachanot. Then at the rear guard of all the divisions, the standard of the division of Dan would set out. And so, of course, that word Me'asef, which means to gather, or the gatherers, prompts commentary from the traditional commentators and others over the centuries. And this is what our Eitz Chaim, our edition of the Chumash, says below the line in their homiletical comment. The tribe of Dan brought up the rear in the marching order. The Torah describes Dan as gatherer, Me'asef, prompting Rashi, who's the classic traditional rabbinic commentator from 1,000 years ago in France. Rashi speculated that Dan's task was to gather up lost objects that had been dropped on the way and return them to their owners. They would also gather in straying individuals who had become lost or had fallen behind. One source even suggests that the tribe of Dan was chosen for this role because even though its members were weak in religious faith, because later in biblical history the tribe of Dan would be an early adopter of idolatry, straying from God's path, they were strong, though, in their love for their fellow Israelites. There is a need in today's community for people who express their religious faith by caring for the left behind. And so if we understand the role that Dan played, not just to collect the trash from their path, but more in a more metaphorical way, to bring in those who are straggling from behind, to take those people in, to be inclusive, to ensure that they had a role and to provide them with a role within the community at large. That's a beautiful role for the tribe of Dan and a beautiful message for us today, that religious tradition isn't just for the initiated, it isn't just for the educated elite, it is for everybody, no matter where they are at in their lives. We all should strive to be like Dan, bringing people in, making them feel the love of the Jewish community. Shabbat Shalom.